Everyone says the Nordics pay well. High salaries, strong welfare, great quality of life. But here's what nobody tells you. Not a single one of these countries has a traditional national minimum wage. So here's the real question. How much do you actually keep after living costs? Because earning more doesn't always mean living better. Today, we're breaking down the real numbers, minimum wages, or what replaces them, typical monthly expenses, and what life actually costs in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. No hype, no influencer math, just facts. This is Ternexa, where global dreams meet real journeys. Let's compare properly. First, let's clear up the biggest misconception. None of these 4 countries have a single national minimum wage law set by the government. This isn't an oversight. It's intentional. Governments deliberately stay out of wage setting to preserve what's called social partner autonomy, the freedom for unions and employers to negotiate directly. Instead, wages are determined through collective bargaining agreements between trade unions and employer associations, industry-specific wage floors negotiated sector by sector, agreements that cover approximately 80 to 90% of the workforce in Finland, Sweden, and Denmark, and around 67% in Norway. This is the Nordic model. Unions are strong, and they set the standards, not politicians. The result? Even entry-level workers in retail, hospitality, cleaning, or construction earn significantly more than minimum wage workers in countries like the US, UK, or much of Southern Europe. For example, in Norway in 2026, construction as skilled workers, about 265 Norwegian krones per hour. Cleaning, adults, about 236 Norwegian krones per hour. So when we say minimum wage in this video, we mean the typical lowest legal wage defined by collective agreements in common entry-level sectors. This is how Nordic labor markets actually work. Now let's break down each country. Finland. Minimum pay versus cost of living. Wages in Finland. Typical minimum full-time wages, collective agreements, 1,800 to 2,100 euros gross per month. Common sectors, retail, hospitality, cleaning, logistics. Hourly equivalent, about 11 to 13 euros per hour. Net salary after taxes, about 1450 to 1650 euros per month. Tax rate for this income level, about 20 to 25%. Monthly living costs in Finland. For a single person living modestly, housing, shared apartment or small studio from 550 to 850 euros. Helsinki is more expensive, smaller cities much cheaper. Food and groceries, 250 to 350 euros. Transportation, 50 to 70 euros. Monthly public transport pass varies by city. In Helsinki, about 64 euros per month. Utilities and internet, 80 to 120 euros. Often included in rent. Total monthly cost, 950 to 1350 euros. You can live independently on entry-level wages, tight but realistic budgeting required, strong housing support and student benefits available. No single national minimum wage, but wages enforced through unions. Bottom line, Finland is livable, not luxurious, at entry-level pay. Sweden. Minimum pay versus cost of living. Wages in Sweden. Typical minimum full-time wages, collective agreements. 22,000 to 25,000 Swedish krones gross per month. 1,900 to 2,200 euros. Common sectors, retail, service, entry-level office work. Hourly equivalent, 130 to 150 Swedish krone, about 11 to 13 euros per hour. Net salary after taxes, 17 to 19,000 krones, about 1,500 to 1,700 euros. Tax rate, 25 to 30% for this income level. Monthly living costs in Sweden. Housing, shared apartment or small flat, 6,500 to 10,000 Swedish krone, 580 to 900 euros. Stockholm is expensive, smaller cities more affordable. Food and groceries, 2,500 to 3,500, 220 to 315 euros. Transportation, 800 to 1,000 or 70 to 90 euros. Stockholm monthly pass, about 950. Utilities and internet, 700 to 1,000 or 60 to 90 euros, often included in rent. Total monthly cost: 10,500 to 15,000 krones, about 900 to 1,350 euros. Denmark. High pay, high cost. Wages in Denmark. Typical minimum wages, collective agreements: 125 to 145 Danish kroner per hour, approximately 17 to 19 euros per hour. Highest hourly wages in the Nordics for entry-level work. Full-time monthly gross: 22,000 to 25,000. 2,950 to 3,350 euros. Net salary after taxes: 15,000 to 17,000, 2,000 to 2,300 euros. Tax rate: 37 to 40%, highest in Nordics. Monthly living costs in Denmark. Housing: shared apartment or small studio, 6,000 to 9,000 Danish kroner, 800 to 1,200 euros. Copenhagen is very expensive. Food and groceries: 2,500 to 3,500 Danish kroner, 335 to 470 euros. Transportation: about 600 to 1,000 Danish kroner, about 80 to 135 euros. Copenhagen monthly pass: approximately 75 euros. Utilities and internet: 800 to 1,200, 107 to 160 euros. Total monthly cost: 10,000 to 14,500 Danish kroner, approximately 1,350 to 1,950 euros. Reality check: one of Europe's highest hourly wages for all workers, strong worker protection and benefits, very expensive housing, especially in Copenhagen. High taxes offset high pay. Denmark pays well, but you earn comfort, not wealth. The high wages balance the high costs. So that's Finland, Sweden, and Denmark. In part 2, we'll break down Norway, the country with the highest wages, the highest costs, and the most misunderstood reality. If you want to understand whether Norway is actually worth it, make sure you watch the next video. This is Ternexa.